Hi everyone, my name is sarawolday. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the state of Virginia, and today I wanted to talk about how to build wealth through real estate and the step-by-steps of buying a house. We do in-person seminars for how to build wealth through real estate, but I know some people can't make it in person, and also the clients that I've met through open houses had some questions, and I just wanted to make a YouTube video for people to understand the step-by-steps and the whole process of buying a house. Before we go into the process of buying a house, I just wanted to touch on why real estate is the main point on how to grow your wealth. First one is leverage. Leverage means that you don't have to put the whole amount up front for you to build wealth through real estate. In different ways of making money, like stocks, you would have to put all the money that you're investing up front. But with real estate, you can use the bank's money to leverage and get the full equity. Appreciation. In Northern Virginia, especially, we have the data centers, we have every tech company, and the government jobs. So appreciation has been going high since we've seen it. In the past 10 years, there's a pattern of it growing. And when we say principal pay down, everybody pays a mortgage. The difference is buyers and homeowners paid for themselves, but renters pay for someone else. So this forced saving helps you build your equity. That way you'll be able to achieve the pay down mark sooner. Taxing benefits, you can always use the title of being a homeowner to get tax reductions from IRS. And kind of on that note, a leverage math, this is just an example. Let's say you're trying to invest $800,000. If it's stocks, you'd have to put the whole $800,000 upfront. But in real estate, you can start by putting in a down payment of, let's say, $28,000. And if the house appreciates 5% in the 12 months or 1 year time mark, you would have made $40,000. So that's kind of like the big difference. Appreciation trend, as I said, we have a lot of government jobs, tech companies. So the growth is compared to the 10-year market. The median price of a house in 2015 was $500,000. Now it's 842. So you can see the jump and how it's on a trajectory of growing. The 10-year equity gap is for buyers who bought their house and versus the renters who are renting their house, there is $450,000 net worth difference. Okay, now we can go into the step-by-steps of buying a house. What do you have to do and how does the process go? Number one is buyer consultation. This process is you sitting down with your agent, or me sitting down with my clients, and we define what are your wants, what are your needs, what type of neighborhood do you want to live in, what house or what neighborhood fulfills your lifestyle. Let's say people might want, if they have kids, they might want good schools, and it might be people who want the city life. This kind of depends on your wants. Your needs are how many bedrooms do you need? How many bathrooms do you need? And this is kind of for us to talk and for you to tell me what your expectations are, what you would like in your home, and we can understand what type of home we'll be looking for. The next step is being pre-approved and financing. This is a very big step. Before we go looking out for a house, we need to know your buying power because we don't want to fall in love with a house that's above your buying power, or we don't want to just be looking at a house that's not even reaching your buying power. So, this step, I can connect you with a lender, or if you have your own lender that you'd prefer to use, we can go through them as well. This is for them to tell you you can buy this much using this much amount. And they also give you a letter. The letter is called pre-approval letter. That's the letter that tells you how much they're willing to give you money for or the loan amount. Okay, let's say you get pre-approved for $800,000. That way, now that we've secured the pre-approval letter and we know your buying power or how much you can afford, buying power basically means how much can you afford, what's in your wallet. Um, and after we secure that letter, we go forward to the next step, which is us searching and selecting what type of home you'll be looking for. Okay, again, because we know how much you can afford, we can go through your range and combine that, your buying power, with what we talked about when we're going through your needs and wants. Now the whole step is selecting those houses that reach both your wants and needs and in your price range. We will go through the growth potential, what is the appreciation range, and you will send me houses that you think are very nice and you would like to live in. And I would send you through the agent only approved site, which is called MLS. I'll be able to send you houses. That way you can tell me which ones you like and you'll be able to narrow it down. After we narrow it down, we go out there and we view the houses. This is for you to kind of imagine, do I see myself living here? Do I like the structure? Where can I put my TV or my couch? And for me, I would be there with you when we view the houses. And I'll be asking about the HVAC age, the roof age, and that way we have both the emotional aspect of it, of you trying to see if you see yourself living here, and also the logical standpoint where um is this house worth your money, or does it approve or your checkpoints or check boxes. Okay. After you see, we'll probably see maybe 10 houses, 15 houses. It depends on, until we meet what you like and what you are satisfied with or what you see as your home. After that, when you say this is the one, we start making an offer. Making an offer is not just about how much money you offer, it's also about a strategic plan we have to put in about contingencies and timelines. So that would be we will discuss it, but that's mainly my job to make the offer as appealing as we can make it. And after we make that appealing purchase agreement or making an offer, we move forward, and after they accept it, it would be this is the step where we are technically under contract. So this is mutual acceptance. Both the seller has accepted our offer on contingencies, timeline, price, and we move forward to earnest money. Earnest money, you can think, if you're a renter, you can think of it as a security deposit. This is where you show good faith and not show the seller that you're not going to walk away at any point. You're telling them, hey, this is the money that I'm putting in to show you that I'm serious about your house. And after that, after we put on the earnest money, we go forward with the home inspections. Home inspection is Virginia is a buyer beware state. That means buyers have to do their homework before they go further to closing. So inspections, we have approved home inspector that does home inspections. We can connect it with them. If you have your own home inspector, great. We can also go through them. The main thing is they have to go through everything, make sure that everything is good. They go through plumbing, electrical issues, or if there's any issues, structural and foundational keys, and they make sure that everything is good to go. And let's say they do found some things that need repair, it would be my job to go back to the seller and either ask for them to repair those things or ask for a price reduction or even ask for closing credits. After we do our home inspection, the next step is this is mostly on lenders. They just do a third party appraisal. This is for the lender to make sure that the money that they're giving you is equal to the home's price, which means they're investing money. So they don't want to give you $1 million for a house that's only worth $300,000. So this is their part to make sure that the house is worth. After that, we go forward with title and insurance. During this part, the title company's job is to make sure that there are no liens on the title, which means there's no unpaid taxes, there's no Okay, title insurance. This part is for the title company to make sure that there are no liens on the title that we're trying to buy. So what are liens? Liens are unpaid money on the house that you're trying to purchase. That means that the seller pay all their taxes that they're supposed to. Is there any contractor that did a job on the house and they were not paid, so they put a lien on it? So we make sure that there are no any liens or unpaid money on your title or on the house's title. And then we also put on home insurance on the house, which is also required by the lender. That way they make sure that their asset or their investment is covered. After that, we receive Closing disclosure. Closing disclosure is a document that we get before we move to closing, just to make sure that there's no surprises on closing day. On closing day, we want to go in, sign papers, and receive keys. So that happens if we've gone over line by line over the closing disclosure. This includes how much the down payment is, how much the taxes are, how much credit you got from the seller, if we were able to get credit from the seller, and everything every money that you're paying and every money that you're receiving will be in this document. So after we approve everything is good, and I will be here with you through this step. That way, if you have any questions, I'll be here to answer them. After this step, we will wire them the down payment. Okay, and then after we wire the down payment, we do the final walkthrough. Final walkthrough is usually done a day before closing or the day of closing. This is me and you walking through the house just to make sure there's no new issue with the house, no new damage, there's like no hole on the wall, and also making sure that everything that's supposed to stay actually stayed. That means, let's say, when we saw the house and when we offered the money that we did, there was a refrigerator, a stove, everything, and the appliances. We want to make sure that those actually stayed and they were not taken by the seller. And after we make sure that everything is good to go, we go forward with settlement. Settlement is basically closing, and we just sign the paper. The lender will be there to prove the loans, and your deed will be recorded under your name. You get your keys. And then you go to your home, your new home. I also want to kind of answer some questions that I've come across and people mentioning that they're waiting to buy a house. So waiting in this market is only gonna do damage to you, other than do you any good. So we can look at the numbers. The median price in Nova last May 2025 was $789,000. In May 2026, that median price jumped up by 2.9% and it is $812,000. In Fairfax, it gets even more drastic. It goes from 889,000 to 940,000. So that is a 5.7% jump. So in simple words, if you knocked on my door 12 months prior and asked me to help you buy a house versus if you did it on this year, May 2026, it would have cost you $50,000. So and we don't want to wait another year and it to add up to another $50,000. And on interest rate, I've also encountered people who are waiting for the interest rates to drop. Currently, our rates are around 6.5%. It depends, but this is the average that we're seeing. And I just want to let everybody know that if the percentage drops by 1%, it releases 5.5 million new buyers to the market, which we do not want. And when we make it more local in Fairfax, Arlington, and Loudoun, that numbers is 25,000 people. So that is 25,000 people that you're going to be competing with when you're trying to buy a house if you're waiting for the percentage to drop. So our advice is always to lock down the asking price now or to the purchase price now, and you can always refinance later. And yeah, that's what I have for us today on how to build wealth through real estate and the step-by-step process of buying a home. My contact information will be linked below. I would love to go over this in person. And if you have any questions, I'm always available. Thank you and have a great day.